Hi. I want to talk to you today about revising your class notes. And we're going to be using an acronym. The pupil has confidence and dependable study skills. This acronym is just to help you remember sort of the steps involved in the process. Revising your class notes is really, really important to do to help you with memory and retention and really understanding. The T or the pupil refers to just simply taking a complete set of notes. The next thing that you want to do actually is the C, the confidence part. That's to compare your notes with a study buddy. The point of comparing your notes with a study buddy is so that you have a complete set. And so what you want to do is sit down with that person and go ahead and go over it and talk through what you took notes and identify areas that you're missing in your notes or maybe you're confused about. It's really helpful to do that. Don't just get a copy of somebody else's notes and then try to use it off of the copy. Instead, it's that conversation that's really helpful. So this is something you can do in person or you can do virtually too. And the next thing we want to do is called pulling out the main ideas. So when you pull out the main ideas, you're going to be taking a section of your notes. And in this particular case, I've tried to break it up by using these sort of lines. And so we'll take this first section here that's in this first line, and we'll come over here and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add what we think the main idea of all of these notes are. And so you want to go ahead and write that right in here. So it might be, there are two reasons to take notes. One, to store information for later, and two, the act of taking notes helps you learn. Right? Something simple like that. Just go ahead and write it down right in there. So you'll do the same thing here for the second one. So you'll see that there's a line right there, and then we're going to go all the way down here, and there's another line right here. And so you want to go ahead and summarize what's the main idea over here. I've tried to give you a little prompt by this topic, so you would answer what to do. So what is this telling me I should do? What's the single most important main idea? Okay? Second of all, you're going to highlight key points and vocabulary. It says vocal, but it should say vocabulary. So what I want you to do is you're going to go up here and you're going to pull out one of your tools, highlighting tool. You're going to click on the highlighting tool, and you're going to choose, say, yellow for the main points. So what might be a main point? This is a really good important point here that I want to sort of highlight. So I'm going to select that, hit the highlight, hit yellow, and up it comes. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing for vocabulary, only this time I'm going to do a different color. So external storage hypothesis, that's a vocabulary term, that's a fancy sounding thing, and I'm going to use sort of blue to do that. So as I go through a second time, I want to go ahead and I want to highlight the key points and my vocabulary. So I'm going to do that for this first page. All right? Then the next thing that I want you to do is you're going to do a couple of things. You're going to ask some questions, you're going to draw some visuals, and all of those go over here in this left-hand side, okay, right over in this area. This is a place for you to put main ideas, for you to put questions, things that you might not be sure about. And don't be afraid to do a different color. Like I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write a question here is, why does taking notes help me learn them? And I'm just going to quickly ask a question. You can go ahead and ask questions that you really have, things that you're not clear about, but just go ahead and put a few questions down in here and here. Try creating and drawing a visual. It's going to be really tricky to do this on the computer, and that's okay for right now. We can kind of pass that. It's all right if you don't do that right now, but when you're doing this by hand, it'll be much easier to draw those visuals of those diagrams. If you want to go ahead and insert a clip art right now, that's fine. I think that's okay. Okay? And then because this is a 3-column set of note paper, or these are 3-column notes, down at the very bottom of your piece of paper, you're going to have a summary. And so the whole idea is to take the main ideas that you've pulled out on the left-hand side and just summarize these in as few words as possible. Make sure you're being complete, but also being concise. And so then you just go ahead and you put that summary right in here. So I hope that was helpful. Please follow the directions on your homework assignment. I think the whole idea here is for you to practice these steps simply by revising this first page of notes here. And good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. All right?